All right, leave me alone. I'm busy farming. I'm going to do a quick video today on installing the Maxi-Jet irrigation. And the lighting's not the best, but this is the task I'm doing today. So we're going to be installing the stakes and the Maxi-Jet nozzles, and we're going to be installing it on this 1/2-inch poly tubing. I've installed the flush out valve, so as the system engages and water starts to flow through, it'll clean out the tubing, and once it reaches pressure, it shuts it off. So give me a minute, let me get set up, and we'll start installing the Maxi-Jet. And here's a look at, real quick, a Birdie's raised garden bed. I've got some Swiss chard, some celery, some basil in the back, and some purple basil from Gerald. I've installed these metal hoops here that'll support the fleece that I'm going to install shortly. Let's do a quick tour. I can't resist before we get going here on the micro irrigation. This is my carambola. All of these plants in the food forest I got at Green Dreams, Sand Hill Farms, Spring Hill, Florida. Pete, my buddy. Mexican sunflower to fertilize. Here's my moringa. It's 1 of 4. Superfood. Avocado. Greek oregano. Marigolds. More Mexican sunflower. Another avocado. Sisu spinach, longevity spinach. A little sample here. Be making a calzone later with some sauteed longevity spinach, sisu, and katuk, another superfood, katuk. It's a white peach tree. Cranberry hibiscus. This is a plum tree. Red Turk's cap hibiscus. There's my Thai dwarf mulberry. I just harvested a lot of fruit off it this morning, and you can see way up at the top it's loaded up. Might be hard to see on camera. And lastly, before we get going here, here's my sweet almond plant. That brings all the pollinators into the area. This thing's on steroids, it's huge. What's that? Leave me alone. I'm busy farming. Welcome back to the food forest. Today I'm installing some more micro irrigation using the Maxi-Jets. Shout out to my buddy Pete over at Green Dreams, Sand Hill Farm in Spring Hill, Florida. That's where you go to get your edibles. All right, whoa. So, I've had some people asking about my micro irrigation. Getting buzzed here. So we have a Maxi-Jet stand. This is how it comes. You get a coupler on the end, a bit of hosing. It's normally right through here. I cut it so I have the flexibility. And then you have a Maxi-Jet here. And this just screws right in. So the way it's sold, you get a stake, nothing in the end, and you get a Maxi-Jet head. This is a 180 degree. The other one that I'm using is a 340 degree. Hopefully you can see there, that has what I'll call a speed thread, self-tapping. So very carefully, you start it straight and you just screw that right in. Now, word of caution, it'll stop, but you can see there's a little gap. Go all the way in, make sure it's snug. And then you need to be mindful of the direction. You can look at the slot right here, and that's how you want it to face, right in there. Let me move the camera, we'll get a better angle, and I'll show you what I'm doing down here as I expand my micro irrigation to this Birdie's raised garden bed. I'll be right back. All right, so let's go ahead and install one of the Maxi-Jets. This one's going on the end, so I have a 180-degree spray, so it'll just spray this way, it won't spray outside. These are easy to swap out, as you just saw, so if I wanted to water any plants I have over here, I can just swap that out. So, as I talked about a minute ago, it comes with a coupler. That would normally go right into here, but I'm a little short. So I need some extra 1/4-inch tubing. I've already installed the coupler. So the couplers you would need, it's a double-sided. One goes in here, and then the other one will go over into this poly tubing. So I'm going to go ahead and make my hole for the poly tubing, then we'll cut the appropriate length. Here's a tool you can buy. They sell them as cheap as $1. I believe this one was just about $7, so a little bit more of a commercial, professional one. I have the 99-cent one that I got at Home Depot. It works. It's just really small, so I tend to misplace it quite often. So I'm going to go ahead and make my hole. Now, I don't want my tubing coming up, so I want it coming off the side. So I'm going to puncture my hole on the side here. Just a little bit of pressure. It's in. Don't go too far. You don't want to poke a hole through the back. This has got a sharp point on it, so be mindful of that. Now I'm going to install the coupler into the hole I just punctured. Now when you install it, it goes in once and then twice. You'll actually almost hear it click, and then I pull back a little bit, and that ensures a nice snug fit. I want to put this stake where it's going to be, and now I need to figure out how much I need. So I'll just cut a little bit extra, and to do that I'm just using a wire cutter. You could use a utility knife. You make your cut. Try and make it straight. I wet it just a little bit, and this is a little bit tough, so you need to wiggle this a little bit to get it in there. Just go back and forth wiggling and twisting, and look, see again, it takes a lot to get past that barb, but once you do, you'll see it bottom out. It's that simple. And I have metal stakes I can put in here to keep my hose out of the way. Now this one's going in the center. It's got a 340-degree jet on it. It sprays out both sides. So that's the same process. I'm going to find my approximate center and install it. We'll grab our puncture tool and we'll make another hole. And we'll install the barb. Okay, we're in. Let me go ahead and install this third one here, which is a 180, and I'll be back. Okay, that wraps up the installation of my micro irrigation. How hard was that, right? Not very hard. Let's recap. Maxi-Jet stake. Remember I talked about, I cut this. It's easier to cut it than try and pull this through. That's about 85 cents. The Maxi-Jet nozzles, they're 15 cents each. A bag of 100's $15. Okay? $7 puncture tool. Some extra 1/4-inch micro irrigation tubing. This right here is 1/2-inch poly tubing. About 100 feet for about $10. So just in concluding, I have a flush out valve. It's a 3/4 inch. I had to reduce it down to 1/2 inch, and then a barb that went into my poly tubing. And again, you don't need this. I like it because I find there's such a small hole in these jets that any little particle from my well clogs them up. If you were running this system off your hose bib on your house, I don't think you'd have that problem, so you might be able to eliminate this flush out valve. All right, I hope you found that helpful. Hey, leave me alone. I'm busy farming. I'll see you next time back here at the food forest. Ciao. I talked earlier about expanding your system. I installed a shut-off valve when I did the initial installation, and I just continued. This goes underground and feeds my 4 Birdies raised garden beds. You can see my Maxi-Jets all throughout the tomato trellis area. Here's where it's coming out of the ground with the 1/2-inch PVC. This is from the well, and actually the control valve, I've reduced it to this quick connect. So you go from your PVC to the quick connect, you just push this right in and your connection's complete. This Birdie's raised bed is also got the micro irrigation, and you can see back in here I have one for my rosemary. So this is what I have throughout my food forest. Again, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please give us a like, thumbs up. We hope you subscribe. Primo wanted to get a little camera time, so that's why I'm back here again. All right, ciao. We'll see you next time back at the food forest. And remember, leave me alone. We're busy farming. We'll see you next time.